Hello, happy Tuesday. We are at the end of the month. We're at the end of August. We are gonna talk about the cab changes starting September 1st, but we also have a new announcement that just dropped to talk about, and that is the We Want You Back promo. So details are in the Cloud Office, but it is pretty simple. I'm actually gonna drop the link here as well. If I can find it, copy. Okay, where's the chat? Okay, that's what a customer or a promoter that has not ordered since May 31st or before is going to see. So basically, May 31st is the cutoff date. So if you want to go into your customer retention, you want to go look at your promoters, go sort by basically June 1st and on, really, right? Anybody that hasn't ordered since that last day of May, they will qualify for the promo, which, hold on, I was getting all the details. I'm like, wait, what even is the promo? Okay, 30% off, 30% off and free shipping. So let's do that math really quick. So a 160 pack minus 30% is $112. So normally a 160 pack with shipping would be like 185 or so. It's only going to cost them $112. And if you live in a no tax state, but if you live in a vitamin tax state, just figure out whatever that tax is, right? Um, so that is a huge, and you can do the math for like the GLP, the 225, whatever. And it is only on vitamins, it's not on Peps. But that promo always gets me people back thriving. That promo, when I actually send the messages, because not everybody sees or gets the email. So I go through and I sort by customer retention, also sort by my team, my customers, and last order, and go down to, you know, May 31st and beyond. And I can click and see specifically who hasn't ordered since that date. I can see free customers that have created an account since then or prior and haven't ever ordered. Those all count. So I'm excited. My little fingers are going to be messaging like crazy after this Zoom and starting tomorrow because this this is what brings people back. This is what gets people that have free accounts that haven't placed an order. So new accounts do not count. It's all as of May 31st. Does anybody have questions on that before we move into talking about the new cab? Anybody? Okay. All right, so that's explained. Okay, so we are going to talk about the new cab. Cab is evolving. We some of us it still works the way we're building. Some of us have to pivot a little bit. It just depends. And one thing I will say, I have a huge grateful heart for the past couple years that they've allowed credits to be used with cab because in all honesty, when they launched it, I literally was shocked that they allowed credits to count for those orders. I was like, oh wait, because it was like, oh yeah, you could like give away a whole month and it counts. And I was like, wait, what? Like, so, it's kind of that I'm choosing to be grateful for what was given and then shifting. I am telling you for me, and I know a lot of you, because we already build putting value in the product. And when you put value in the product, this really isn't going to hurt you. This is probably going to help you. So let's kind of do the details and then we'll pull in Angela and Siobhan to kind of talk about building moving forward. Here's the thing. Refer to still counts for your customer count. Refer to still counts for your customers bringing in people to you. So don't stop refer to because credits don't count, right? So I just want you to kind of think about that. Like don't shift refer to. Maybe we don't give away and stack as much, just shifting a little bit. But as far as refer to, yes, you still want your customers to get it for free. You want your customers to be your referrer bank, right? You want your customers, and I do this, and I did this as a hairdresser, and I still do this with my customers. I tell them, hey, I am looking to grow my business. I am not done. I want to help more people. Will you help me? Can I ask for your help? And they're like, yeah, what can I do? How can I help? Like you just ask and they're like, how can I help? Hey, I need a couple people ordering. I'm giving discounts. I'm also giving my customers that refer, not only are you going to get credits from the company, but I'm going to give you a credit rebate or I'm going to give you a cash rebate or whatever it is because I want my customers working for me, but I also want my customers to know I appreciate that. And so it's reciprocated, right? Okay, the new cab, the amount of customers is still the same. So cab 5, 5 customers. Cab 10, 10 customers, et cetera, et cetera. The only difference is, and this is where it's actually working out for a lot of people. The total QV now counts. So where before it had to be every customer had to be a 150 order or more to count as a counting cab customer. If I have a customer that orders a ball of balance, that was it $44? Is it 50 now? I don't even know. But that bottle of balance counts in my QV. If I have a customer that orders $400 on a promo, that $400 counts towards my QV. So those customers that order larger amounts are going to balance out with those customers that order the smaller amounts. And then you're going to see, you're going to have a tracker. We spoke with corporate on working on this revamp. And I was like, please tell me there will be a tracker as of September 1st. And they were like, yes. I'm like, you're sure? And they were like, yes, IT will have it done. The tracker will be up on September 1st. So if it's not, y'all send a ticket, don't blow up my phone. But that tracker is going to be very helpful. And you're going to see those numbers go up, etc. It will be very similar to VIP reset if or even VIP, right? If you look at those dials, sometimes it takes 4 customers if they're ordering small amounts or they're using credits. Sometimes it takes 4 customers to get one circle filled, okay? And that's okay. So now you may have, oh, I have 10 customers ordering, but I'm $200 away from cap 10. I need one more customer ordering, right? Like you might do 11 or 12, or you may be at 8 and you're like, I'm way over in volume, but I need 2 customer counts. So 2 customers ordering collagen gummies is going to work. So I think this will be really good because my first thought was no more of those like or panic moments when somebody says I ordered and you log in and they weren't 150. They were 134 or 147 and you're like, "Oh my gosh." Now those are going to count. So, I does anybody have questions on the actual how the new cab is set up, and then we'll go into how to build with it. And if you have questions, just unmute or type or any of the above.
I put it in the chat, but I was just wondering, is it so for Cat 5, it used to be right 5 customers, but now is it 5 customers of 150 or the QV?
It'll
Or
need to be both. So it'll
needs to
be
be,
5 customers, QV of what is
I just saw it.
750?
Yeah.
Yeah, 750. 5 customers is 750. 10 customers is 1500. 20
Yeah.
cab is 3000. So 5 customers and the QV total will need to be 750 or more. So you may have 4 customers and like blow right past the total. You just need to grab another customer. Or you may have 5 customers and be right under 750. Then you just need to grab another customer to fill in that volume. And then does everybody understand effective QV? So effective QV is the amount minus credits. So if somebody places a $150 order, $50 of that is credits. The $100 is what goes to the effective QB dial. So, and I will tell you, there is an entire portion of people. Like I went and did math and I figured my own effective QB. Y'all, at when I was at cab 12, I would have really been at cab 20. And now I'm at cab 20, one more customer ordering anything, and I would be cab 30. So like it's gonna be a really good thing. And then also with these orders, if people are more building value on the product, as a promoter, your commissions are going to be more as well, like team commissions. Okay, Ashley, there's a QB qualification along the side. Yes, yes. So it's similar to what it was before, and it's in. I printed this out, but this little chart is company updates under cab. So that little chart's very helpful, and my guess is that's going to be when they get the new cab graphic up and everything else. It's going to be there. Okay. Any other any other questions? Okay. Siobhan, do you want to go first? Did you um did you get your face?
I think so. You see
Oh
my face?
yeah. So Shavo's on here too, but she's a black square.
Oh, that's my computer. I must have not logged off on my computer.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Amber did a really good job explaining it, but where I want to direct you guys or help you guys pivot to is I've had a lot of conversations with people on my team specifically that sometimes it feels unorganic to talk to your customers because they're like, I have a $50 budget, or when you're talking to them, you're like talking to them and they only have a $70 budget because school supplies and school clothes and this and that and the other, but you're still sitting here trying to get them to order the whole shebang when really that means we're not listening to what they're saying. And then we're offering a sheep ton of credits and diminishing our credits like that. So we're really not even making any money on that sale anyways. But where we can pivot to is we can meet people where they're at now. And that I personally have gotten so far away from like sharing about my favorite plus lines, sharing about, I can easily get 10 freaking people on balance with a balance post or a detox post. That's a lot of QV right there. Um, so I'm trying to keep my team's mindset very open-minded because I feel like I'm more excited about the new conversations that I'm going to have with people and just feeling better about, like when they're like, yeah, I just need GLP capsules. Like I haven't gone through my shakes and yeah, okay, let's grab you your GLP capsules. Hey, I'm going to throw you 10 bucks off just for being an awesome customer, and we don't have to give away the house. We gotta Lavelle treats us very, very well here. So the way I'm looking at it is they treat us well for so long. They spoiled us with all these credits and we've been able to capitalize on these credits, but also like we need Lavelle to keep going, right? And to do that, they can't be paying out bonuses on no money coming in, so I totally understand this shift. I get it, it's frustrating. But I also I think the new conversations you're going to be having with people are going to be exciting because, okay, maybe your customer only orders balance, but that's a foot in the door to get them on the 3 steps. Send them a sample of 3 steps, or think about how you can really, I'm thinking outside the box already. Like, hey, I'm gonna do like customer incentives and promos where all my customers who order X amount this month, they're gonna get a free bottle of collagen gummies. I'm gonna ship it to them personally. I'm gonna use my credits that I get for Thriving for free and ship a shit ton of detoxes to my house. Like right now, I'm following up with all my peptide potentials, and I'm offering anybody who orders a peptide, longevity peptide, GLP-1 peptide this week, a free detox on me. And I'm just using my credits to do that. So I'm really excited to pivot and just to be able to have new conversations with people. You guys, life is expensive right now. Not everybody can afford $160, even with $100 off, but we can get people in the door easier. I think we're going to see a lot more PPA and a lot more new people coming in because we're going to be able to start them with just something that we are absolutely in love with. Like for me, it would be vitamins or balance. Like those are two things I will not go a day without, right? So I'm just really excited. I know that it's going to be hard for a lot of us because we rely on this, income and whatnot, but we just have to be willing to pivot and think outside the box. Like there's so many things that we can do for our customers to reimburse credit rebates, to, send them a goodie bag or things like that, that we can still take care of our people. We're not forcing people to go stick something in their cart that they don't even really want. It's just going to feel more organic is what I'm thinking.
I agree. And it's also, I feel like we're gonna not be scaring people off. Like some
Mhm.
people that just want to order one thing and we're like, hey, I'm doing a buy two, get one free, or I'm doing a
Yeah.
buy three, get two free, like whatever it is that I'm trying to do to hit 150. And I'm not scaring them off now. I'm letting them in the door at their comfort. Still sharing what I would share, but meeting them where they're at, like you said. And then also those people that come in with a order of balance or just a detox, like they're gonna be a customer down the line with a
Mhm.
higher QV. And they're also probably going to be a really good referral. So that's, a good referring customer. Okay, Angela, what
Let
would
me say
you?
one more thing really quick.
Yeah.
I also just want to really quickly say, the more I think about it, like I almost wonder sometimes if our customers are thinking like that our products are not valuable because we're able to offer such big ass deals on our product. Like who can get a 30-day supply of anything for fucking $40? You know what I mean? Like I'm just saying like this is going to put so much more value on our product, and it's people will see the true value in this. I think you're going to have more people that are responding to your check-ins and your follow-ups because they actually put money on their products. They're putting their value, or you know what I'm trying to say. So anyways, that's all I had.
Okay. Yes. Awesome. I love you. Okay, Angela, your turn.
Thanks for having me, Amber. It's so funny because I was at Disneyland and she's like, "Can you help?" I'm like, "Sure." Sure. I love to help. I love to help because this is actually in my lane, right? I love service and
That's
thinking
why I messaged you.
for thinking of me. My first thoughts of, this cab structure, I was so happy with it. Okay. If you guys don't know, when they first mentioned that we had rules to credits, right? I was going to be honest that I was not happy with that because how I view, it's supposed to be easier for us, right? Not have all these rules. It's supposed to be easier for us to like help our customers. So when they switched it to this, I was so happy because it gives us different options, different ways. All different customers were able to customize, right? And direct them a different way. So I instantly thought, wow, this is amazing that Lavelle really thought of us because I have always built with longevity in mind. I built with sustainability and retention and the bigger picture. You guys, I have been, before CAB came out, I knew the power of service and the value in our products. I will tell you guys, and I'm going to kind of tell you the things that I do and how we're going to pivot this into, making it easier for you guys to really serve, and like it becomes really natural, right? For the longest time since the beginning, I knew that customer service was huge. I knew that retention. I knew I wanted sustainable checks, and I knew if I duplicated this within our team service, we would, get these huge auto ships. We would have return customers that will actually buy, right? So this is huge for us just because now it really teaches people how to really build, like, master a way of thinking of like, hey, if I do, help this person, just start with one person, right? And navigate learning how to work with people, you're able to really build something great, a business that lasts, right? Building skills and really where you're not, oh my God, it's slow season, or oh my God, if this is hard, how am I gonna, this is where people really like they really break down because they don't know how, right? I always teach, you know, my team, I always teach my customers, I teach my team way at the beginning how to do the hard stuff, right? I love doing the hard stuff from the beginning because it really does teach you the skills to serve them, where it's retention that becomes natural. You don't have to do so much work, but it's easier work, right? And it becomes natural. So I love the longevity of this, and I love this because, like I said, before Lavelle dropped this over 2 years ago, I was already a 4K to a 12 plus by 12K by myself, you guys, and my retention has been that way since 7 years ago. It is because of the service that I'm actually going to share with you guys today. I do the same things. Okay, I haven't changed anything or reinvented the wheel. But I will share some things that you guys can get creative with and really, you know, have posture and give value and not have assuming people's pockets. And I actually, you know, shared my thoughts on this, like, you know, new structure. You know, it is so important that you guys do learn the the building blocks of your business. Your customers are your foundations, basically. And this is why I always go back to my personal business in serving them. Okay. So I'm going to kind of tell you the things that really help me with retaining customers. Number one, please don't assume that people don't have money. This is the thing. I wrote, you know, how August is usually what people say is slow season. You're going to hear slow season in network marketing in August, right? But I don't believe that is true. Slow season is whatever you think it is, right? Every time that somebody said it was a slow season, it's basically if you follow somebody that is like, you know, of course we're human and feel pessimistic at times or feel like, you know, self-doubt. But if you follow the crowd, that's what you're going to get. That's going to be your results, right? But there's always so many people out in the world, billions of people out in the world need what we have. Okay. And I always honed into how can I show, you know, myself more, be like present. How can I share? How can I help this client? Right. And it really starts there. Okay. So here are the things that I do to really keep my customer retention. You guys get good at talking to people. Okay. And just being a friend where people feel like you are no like a trust factor. So when you follow up, it's natural, right? You can talk about, you know, did you take a shit or those type of things. Like if you can talk to them as a friend, it really becomes natural when you follow up. Okay. When it becomes a task, that's when things get kind of weird. You kind of feel funny when you don't do follow-ups. So I want you guys to get used to your daily method of operations of following up with people, as in go into their stories, compliment, get interested in people. Okay. So that's something that I always do with my customers. And you guys, my customers are my friends. Basically, I don't, you know, it's not weird. Don't make it weird. That's what I'm trying to say. So when you guys get good, and also another thing that I see, if you guys want to get good at customer base, get good at following up in objections. Okay. When they're saying, this is not working for me, or I'm getting a headache, it is our job to make sure that they love their experience. Okay. So follow through and through. Another thing is securing auto ships. Okay. If you guys are going for these cabs, and auto ships are huge, right? I shared this on the Zoom, I think a couple of days ago when I did the boot camp, is mentioning auto ship like it's normal. Okay. Like tell them that it's cheaper, and also it's not a commitment. Nobody wants to be committed or locked down to anything. So I always make sure that they know it's not a commitment. Okay. So that is huge security on that. And for me, I only give my customers $50 off the very first time that I help them get on their product. And when I say, okay, when you get your product and you love Thrive, I'm going to help you thrive for free. And I plant that seed in helping you make money. Okay. I always plant that seed. And once they get their product, you guys, I make sure that they love it. And if they love it, I'll see what their objections are. But I do follow through and through. Okay. So auto ships are why they stay. And then I literally help them thrive for free. That's really the goal. Okay. Especially a lot of us say, oh my God, they're saying they don't have money. I find solutions. I'm like, okay, well, who do you know? Right. Well, she's like, I don't have, or let's say they don't have extra products or they don't have samples. Well, I'm willing to give samples. Okay. So I'm willing to give free samples, whatever it is. I always find a way for them. Okay. Where there's a will, there's always a way. So I always ask them and I help each client with where they're at. Okay. So if they say, oh, I talked to so and so, they don't want it. I will say, put me in a three-way. You see that? So you always want to find a solution anytime you talk to a client. You always want to pivot actually to the next step. So you see, that was an objection. I said, you don't have to do anything, just put us in a three-way. And then another client says, well, I don't have any samples to give out. Okay, give me two people. Let me send it out to you. You see how it keeps the needle moving. But here's the thing, you guys. I see the bigger picture in doing that work. And a lot of people don't want to do that work, right? So do that work. Take the necessary steps to help them thrive for free, right? All that volume that they're going to assign another customer, that becomes your effective QV, right? And once they're thriving for free, and some clients, when my goal is to make sure that they love it, my clients are willing to pay for it. You guys, they are. And I'm going to tell you guys this, the bigger picture, they're actually paying for the experience with you. Okay. Make their experience so great that they just see you thriving every day. And they're just like, we're thriving together. That's the goal, is to, they feel that they're on the experience. They have an accountability partner. They have a partner that is guiding them through their 3 steps. That's really what it is. Okay, you guys. So I'm able to follow through like that. And also, okay, so auto ships, follow through, like they're your friend, and show that you care. Okay, so every time I reach out, they're not like, oh my God, Ange wants a sale. No, they know I'm there through thick and thin. I'm not there. I don't come in and be like, oh, it's the end of the month. They can smell a sale. Okay, you guys, always treat them like, royalty. Treat them like royalty. How can I help you? Right? And you help them to the next step. Another thing that I do a lot of incentives for holidays. I do giveaways. And this is where I upsell. Okay, you guys, I upsell a lot through giveaways. I give the newest product launched. And if you guys don't know, of course, we literally built this business for free. And this is why a lot of promoters don't see value in this, because they're not putting actual money out, right? I remember when I bought my products, I wanted to see I looked at it, I had 18 months. I said, who can I help? I sampled them all out, follow through, and all the things, right? So for me, let's say I get cab, I'm actually taking some of that cab money and I'm putting it back to my customers. You see that? Through gifts. And my gifts are personal. I don't do just Thrive products. I do, hey, a lipstick that Ange likes. It's part of my personal brand. It's part of who I am and why they signed with me, right? It's personal. They love it. So I always do, let's say next month I'm going to do it. I do it every single year. I never stop doing the things that I've done. I do, it's going to be Halloween themed, right? And then in November, I do Christmas theme. I do, goodie bags. And you guys, if you don't, and I don't want to hear, I don't have money. Because when I didn't have anything, I just write a card or a little candy. Okay. It just takes effort. People just need to know that you care and you appreciate them for spending their money with you, right? They're making, whatever budget they had, they're spending it with you. So are you guys appreciating them? And are you guys doing, it could be small. People love notes. I always do notes. I do candy if you don't have funds, right? Of course, for me, the more money that I make, the more I'm going to give. That's how I work my business. It's abundance, right? If I'm going to make $1,000 off of 20 cab, the least I can do is take a little bit of that and give it back to my customers. Okay. They love it. They appreciate it. So in these, giveaways, this is how I upsell. Okay, you guys, I'm putting Xera in there. I'm putting, all the new products that launch because I want them to try it. Okay. And actually, I'm going to tell you guys this. I get so personal with my customers. I get down to the nitty gritty, like, oh, what do you need? How is your health? When they tell me one thing, like, oh my God, I'm looking for skin things, or, I do need electrolytes, I will tell them, like, hey, do you want to try this? Right. Or they'll be like, well, do you have samples? And I'll send it right away. Just like a conversation that I had. And I'm going to show you guys how I put Lavelle RX and 3 steps in, because my clients have been spending under 500 with me every single month because I put value on that. Okay. So I'm sending out samples, right? So send out samples through your giveaways. And every time some customers don't like it and some customers do, all of a sudden you're going to see them add cart, because you guys, I'm going to tell you, I put in effort. I remember making little like balance skin products like a little drug dealer. I'm not kidding, okay? I was selling that too. And whoever does this puts in effort. They love it. They're like, oh my God, I could try that. I've been watching you use that stuff. Like, I want to try it. So try it, you guys. Put in the new product, put in a product that you love. And then when they love it, they're going to add it to cart. They automatically add it to cart. Okay. So my main thing, I keep the main thing. When I sign them on, I just keep it to the 3 steps. And if they ask me for more solutions, then I will recommend. And that's how it works, right? I'm going to kind of give you guys an example. I was on a phone call with one of my clients that I got on the 3 steps. Okay. She was telling me, her goals and all these things, right? And she said she was taking peptides. I'm going to show you guys how I gear into, having my client do peptides with me. And also she thought of me when she thought of vitamins. Okay. This is a huge leverage that we have in our company. So she says, oh, I'm on peptides. I need vitamins, and I thought of you. So I put her on the 3 steps, and then I was like, oh, do you want collagen shakes? Because this is good for your journey. And she goes, you know what? I'm okay from now. I do the 3 steps, but can you send me a sample? So I'm making her a sample of that. And then I asked her a question. You guys always want to get curious, okay? If you don't ask the question, and if you don't figure out, like, oh, who are they getting their peptides with? She should be doing it with me, right? So I go in comparison with, how much are you buying your peptides for? Okay. She goes into all these fees, and then she has this, and it came out to be almost the same price as us. And I gave her an offer. I said, girl, did you know that ours comes with the provider? You always want to offer something better. And then you're going to be thriving, and you're going to be doing it with me. And she goes, okay, I have a month left. And I plant that seed. And then she texts me later, I canceled my prescription. I'm going to be doing Lavelle RX with you. You see that? You need to ask the questions. You need to get in there. And people already, and how am I able to do this? You guys, like I said, I get good at working with people, talking to people. If you are somebody that it's hard for you, just do the reps. The more you put yourself into action in the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1s, the reach outs, you will gain more confidence in talking to people. Okay. And then you find a way for them. Every person has a solution. Okay. So, and you guys, like I said, I always ask them too, what is your budget? I'm very direct. I'm not passive. I'm like, let me help you with whatever budget you had. And she said her budget was 400. I said, girl, you won't need that much. You see, I don't upsell. I don't need to be like, oh yeah, use 400, because I'm not like that. For me, longevity is key. I need her to make sure that she loves her 3 steps. You see that? Because I already know she's going to be a long-term client. And here's the thing. I go in too, talk about her life. Okay. She goes, oh, I've been an entrepreneur for 10 years. I said, oh girl, what are you doing now? She goes, oh, I quit my business because I was tired. Now I'm doing this on the side. I said, oh, once you love this, you can do this with me. You already have that mindset. I edify her. And she said, oh yeah, I'm going to do that with you. You see how I did that all in one, in conversation. Okay. So I really want to say this. It is the value that we all put on the clients. They follow your lead. But I'm going to ask you, are you recruited yourself? Are you a byproduct? do you believe in it? Because it doesn't take confidence. It does take belief in your vitamins and the value that you bring. You know, I've always been a advocate of putting value on our products. I always tell my team, that's not sustainable. You giving 150, 160 every single month, you're going to get those clients that continue to ask you for a sale. Okay. You want to start attracting high value clients. How do you do that? You guys need to start, in order for you guys to lead, you know, start getting good at talking to people, but start taking your 3 steps, like investing in yourself, like get serious about your transformation. Okay. So that's how I'm able to retain them, is follow-ups, auto ships, giveaways, customer appreciation. I always edify, you know, I plant seeds a lot with my customers, and I probably have a handful of them just waiting to, you know, this is what it is too. When you do the work with your clients and love the clients where they're at, don't push them to join you. Some clients just love their experience, right? We also make more money when they stay as happy clients. But the people that actually you see that could, you know, do this with you and they would love to, and they start saying stuff like, oh, this is us, we're going to check, because they'll start telling you and giving you signs that they want to join you. Those are the people that you take with you. And the best people are the people that are already thriving for free for you guys to join your business. But let CAB be CAB. Let the customers that love their experience, you know, love their experience. But the main thing is thrive for free. Okay, you guys, get good at helping them thrive for free. You know, this is our business. Sometimes, you know, there is no overhead. You guys, it's not much to give free Thrive. The retention and the abundance from giving a free sample is huge. And it really is just about the service. If you cared enough to, like, you know, check in on them, right? Check in on them and see how they're doing. And not when it's just a sale or when, you know, we need something from them, right? No, checking in them like, oh, I saw that you went here or you went there. How was it? Or ask them about something. So when they feel like they're valued, they will give you like loyalty. And that's the truth. So I really wanted to really hone into customer relationships, because when you like our business is all about partnerships, and it starts with the best partners are the happy clients. Okay, they are the best promoters, and you want to be that person for them. So then when they come in, they're just like, they want to do this business with you. Okay, so and the clients that just love their experience, they're gonna share naturally. And I'm gonna tell you guys this: when you guys follow up, please leverage everything, right? Leverage Lavelle promos. I do that first. And I'm going to tell you all too, please have a standard. I have a standard with my customers. My customers don't come to me and be like, hey, Ange, can I get X, Y, and Z? No, they know I have a standard. You know, if I'm giving something, like I'm going to give you guys an example. If I want something, I'm going to give you more, right? So I was closing out last month, and it depends. Every customer is different. I message my customer and I say, hey, I'm giving this promo for certain people. I have 2 left, and I can give, it was like almost like 40% off. And I was like, but you only have until this time. Okay. And she took all day. I was like, you just have to add cart, do this and that, and send me your cart when you added it. She sent it to me the next day. Okay. I already gave it to all my customers. And she goes, Ange, I added to cart. I said, girl, it's late. She's like my friend. Like, we became friends. I said, girl, I said this time. But I'm going to tell you, this is where I'm not thirsty. Okay. I'm not thirsty for a sale. I said, you just wait for Lavelle's next promo. Okay. And she said, okay, my bad. That was my bad. And the next promo was, they did a great promo. It was a recent promo for the beginning of the month. And I reached out to her. Okay. I said, hey, there's a promo. You see that? You do the reach out. And yes, Lavelle does those touch and goes with emails, but we can't rely on that. Okay. So I said, hey, girl, there's a promo. Take advantage. Boom. Right away. She took advantage of it. Okay, guys, please have standards within your business. Have value because at the end of the day, they're actually signing with you. Okay, they want that experience with you, and they love it, right? They will pay full price. Sometimes my customers, they feel bad for taking my credits because they know that this is my business. Okay, they know that this is how I feed my family. That's the type of relationships that you want, right? Those customers that actually feel for you too, not take from your business all the time, right? It's a give and take relationship. So relationships, auto ships, giveaways, appreciation, and follow ups and follow through. That's it. Repeat, repeat, repeat.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're so cute. Thank you. And Angela, you have so much knowledge and education, and you're always so bubbly about it. And I appreciate you so much. Siobhan, is there anything you want to add? I know because while we sit here, sometimes we're like, oh, and that, and oh, and that. No, you're good. She's like ready to go message people everything that she just heard from Ange. I can already tell. Okay, so that's the thing. If you get off of this and you don't feel like I know what I want to go message 10 people, then I need you to rewatch this when when the replay comes out because this hearing from Ange, hearing from Siobhan, this is what keeps us growing, right? Y'all, I'm okay. How long have I been here? I've been here 12 and a half years. Look at all the notes I just took because I want to be better. I want to do better. Yes, I would already be at a better cab with this new cab, but I want more. I want better. I want more for my family. I want more for my future. I want more and I want more for y'all. So, okay, we're going to do drawings and giveaways because I forgot to do that last week. I'm so sorry. And I'm trying to at least twice a month on these Zooms do drawings and giveaways. So if you weren't on here, too bad, so sad. I'm so sorry. See you next week. Okay, $50 in cash to Roxanne Kirstner. By the way, y'all just message me, please. Message me what you won. I have it written down, but message me on Facebook or Instagram, whatever works. Jenny, I do not know your last name. It just says Jenny on on here. If you could message me, you won $25 cash. Dom, you won $50 in credits. And I don't know if these people have jumped off, but I saw them. That's how I picked. I kind of spun it. Megan Rab, $50 in credits. So, okay. If I don't hear from those people, then I will figure something else out. Okay. All right. Thanks, y'all. Have an absolute fabulous day and evening and this week. Go work this We Want You Back promo. Like, hello, hit a new cab this month. Let's go. All right. Bye, y'all.